and welcome to the Beat LA podcast, the only podcast where you get unhinged 49ers, Giants, Warriors takes, pop culture, movies, TV talk, and a little self-help from two guys born and raised in the Bay Area, now working in Hollywood. My name is Matt Ferrucci, and I'm joined, as always, by a man who, like new Giants manager Tony Vitello, has officially accepted the job of babysitting me for the rest of the season. Mr. Paul Rule. Paul, how you doing?
I'm good, Matt. I'm glad we're starting with a little baseball, a little Giants, because I'm living in utter and total denial about what happened in the World Series.
We'll get to that. Good to see your face. You
good
look
to
good.
See your face, buddy.
You looking fucking, did you have some work done? It looks good.
So I went to my trainer right before this, and then I took a sauna, and I just think I'm having like a Finnish glow.
You look skinny and like, doesn't he look like, you know what I'm saying?
Usually we record this podcast on a Monday, Matt. By Wednesday, the booze is out of my system.
God damn it.
So the bloat goes away a little bit.
I'd like to take some of those pills that
pal.
you're taking. Because
it's funny you should mention.
Yeah.
After the pod.
Yeah, I'm just hunting for a compliment. Do you have one for me?
You look fabulous, Matt.
Shit.
I'm feeling so embarrassed that I was like actually not like.
You actually said last pod when we did those couple of reels about the predictions. You're like, you look good.
You look great, and you were like, oh, I don't like how I look in my 49ers shiny gold 49ers jacket.
Yeah.
But you always look good, Matt. That's the thing. I think sometimes I look different. I feel like you're consistently just a very handsome man.
I appreciate that. That's the Hawaiian Filipino vampire blood.
Yeah, and
inside me.
Ageless.
Paul, good to see you. Good to be back in the saddle. Nick Conrad over there on the Wheels of Steel. How you doing, Nick?
Hello.
Good stuff. Nick's looking good. He just got back from Kilimanjaro, which was incredible. Paul,
I heard he climbed the highest peak on Mars. Actually,
he did. They're going to send Nick to Mars with the dog and a monkey, but it's going to be a Chinese shuttle. Do you know what I mean? And they're gonna get into it.
He's no traitor.
Hey, listen, Paul. Good to be back. We put out a reel last pod where you did a thing about the Dodgers ruining baseball.
Right.
And I knew it was going to be clippable and we were going to get the trolls were going to come after us. And that's great because we got a lot of views and a lot of followers. But apparently the Dodger trolls are calling us that we're gay now. We're gay.
Which I didn't even think you could do anymore. I think you could do that.
So many. I mean, me and Paul were texting each other like screen grabs of like another comment from a Dodger fan saying we're gay.
Nick's got to cut to that. Like multiple people called me gay. I thought it was a compliment personally, but
it does. Like you know what they used to say. You're not a star in Hollywood back in the day until they had a gay rumor about you.
I also thought maybe it was like code for these guys were hitting on me.
Oh, that's an interesting, weird way to look at it.
And particularly because, they're Dodger fans. They're probably, like amigos on El Bajo kind of thing.
Uh-huh. I had no idea. The last 12 seconds of words that came out of your mouth, I didn't know what you meant. And I just said,
Or hermanos on El Bajo, that's brothers on the down low, man. You know what that is?
I don't know that.
Okay.
And I know a lot of it.
Now you do.
Hey, maybe that's the title of this podcast. Say it one more time.
All right. Hermanos and El Bajo.
Okay. Hermanos and El Bajo.
Yeah.
Folks,
not
welcome.
to get confused with El Baño, which mean brothers in the bathroom.
That's right. Welcome
also
to the
true.
There it is. Folks, welcome to the Beat LA podcast. You can watch this podcast on YouTube. If you do that, please follow and subscribe. Instagram, TikTok, please give us a follow. And you can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Please, if you enjoy this show, give us a follow. Please subscribe, and we'd love for you to refer it to a friend. That's how we keep the lights on. Paul, we got a great show today, okay?
Great show.
We have some Dodger rants that we're going to get to. You're going to want to stick around for that, and we have a great guest. We're going to talk with actor Jack Atkins. This dude is one of the funniest motherfuckers around, Paul. I met this dude at a film festival in a short where he played a fictional SoundCloud rapper, one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He just starred in the comedy Chet Bond, License to Chill. And people, you've probably seen him on the reality show, The Circle.
He was a big breakout star in The Circle, and he's people don't maybe like this term because he's an excellent actor, but the dude is a legit influencer. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers that who are all about to be Beat LA followers.
Listen, I mean, you may hate it, but that's the game.
You got to get on
board.
He's a Gen Z guy. You got to make it and the way you're going to make it in modern Hollywood.
And listen, I don't care if you're 12 or you're 72. Everyone these days with social media trying to build brands, marketing. For us, it was kind of a reverse mentorship. This pod, we were going to him, asking him about, we were coming up with new reality shows, how to build our brands, how to get into parties.
And honestly, we already did the interview, and we just want to make sure, Nick, did you? He had a bottle of water here. We'd like you to get off of this any DNA that we could get, so that Matt and I could be 25 again.
Goddamn. So, folks, I can't tell you enough. Stick around for our conversation with Jack Atkins. It's a really good time, and it'll help you get through that hour on the elliptical that you're doing right now. Stick around for that. But first, Paul, 49ers or Giants, dealer's choice. Where do you want to go?
Let's start with the Giants, because we haven't talked, I look at my baseball. We haven't talked about the new manager hire. We haven't talked about the end of the baseball season. We can put a bow on it as the general manager meetings are starting. Can we do that? Yeah,
let me set it up for our folks here. Okay. Since we've talked last, Tony Vitello is the new manager of the San Francisco Giants. It was a controversial, very outside of the box, classic outside of the box hire. Me personally, I root for the uniform. I got to get on board with this thing. I do like it a lot. I like his energy. I like his vibe. Before I give you my take on it, how do you feel about the hire?
Well, first of all, I keep wanting to call him Vitello, but apparently
I just pronounce Vitello, but he goes Vitello.
Vitello, and this is how you can remember out there, guys. And if you're old enough, Jack Atkins, one of those. Remember Vitalis? Mm-hmm. Vitalis, what was it? An aftershave or something like that? Yeah. So Vitalis Vitello. So I also see a sponsorship opportunity for him. And if there's an ad for Vitalis, we should cut to it right now.
The man who uses Vitalis liquid has neat, well-groomed hair. He wants it that way.
But what I was saying was, when I was a youngster and I was living over in Italy with Chris Zonis, friend of the pod, Vitello was it's like a baby calf. It's veal. It's a slang for Playboy when they call someone a Vitello.
Delicious.
By the way, Tony Vitello, we followed him and he accepted our request.
Oh yeah, he did. He knows what's good for him.
He's on private mode, and we knocked on his Instagram door, and be it LA, he said, "I will accept your follow." So, folks, pretty soon we're gonna have Tony Vitello on the pod.
I think if you ask my mom, she'd want me to tone it down, but if you ask my dad, he'd say kick it up a notch. It is completely different. There's obviously, we didn't waste any time. We got to the first question that everybody was maybe thinking and should ask. It is very different.
He only has 32,000 followers, Matt.
He only follows 600 people.
And that's our next goal. It's going to happen.
Listen, I love the Tony Vitello hire. I think it was outside of the box. I really love that J.C. Tingler is now going to be his bench coach. So we got a little bit of some experience there. I know there's some people that have been coming after him. Yesterday, Joe Madden came out and said it was kind of an insult. I don't know if he was throwing shade as much as this guy's never done it before.
That was a little bit of get off my lawn. I felt like an old guy who can't get hired as a manager anymore. I look. They also hired Hunter Mentz.
I saw that as the hitting coach.
Not Hunter Pence. And hopefully they know it was Hunter Mentz, not Hunter
Mentz is the new hitting coach. They've reassigned Pat Burrell to the social. I think he's like the social chair of the Giants now, which he always should have been.
He's a social chair of Momo's. So what I'd say, Hunter Mentz was the assistant hitting coach for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays had the highest batting average in the league, and they had the second fewest strikeouts, which is what they wanted to do.
29th in the league.
And I'll say this, Matt, because I worked on this line. His entire staff is going to be like my first two fiancés. They're all from Missouri. Hunter Mentz, Missouri. Chase Tingler, Missouri.
Yeah.
And then the next guy that's going to come over is Max Scherzer, who also was with him at Missouri.
Yeah.
So they're all from Missouri. Did you know that I had two fiancés from Missouri, Matt?
No, I didn't.
And my current wife is not one of them.
The GM meetings are coming up.
Right.
There's guys getting posted in Japan. Murakami, what a great name. They're talking about Scherzer. In general, what is your vibe right now on November 12th about the San Francisco Giants?
Look, I think they're not going to be boring. I'm happy about the hire rather than just some retread. And some of the manager hires were very strange, I thought. What happened to San
Craig
Diego.
Stammen. They're hey, hold my beer. You think you guys got weird. Let's hire Craig Stammen.
Yeah. And everyone's like, they're like Vitello's old. He's 47. They're all like, there's a guy got 33-year-old manager got hired.
With the Nationals.
Yeah. So, look, I think they're gonna go back to a little bit of the Farhan model around starting pitchers. They're gonna get a bunch of like 2-3 year deals on guys that they can bring in and try to see if they can find themselves a Kevin Gausman, or they should have fucking re-signed, or they did get value out of guys for a season or two like DeSclafani and Alex Cobb and things like that. I just don't think they have that much money to spread around. They've got all these long-term deals in their position players, and they don't even, the only position that's really open is probably right field and second base, right? So anyway, but I think that we're going to see Buster the recruiter. He's going to get guys to come play for him, kind of the way that Shanahan can get quarterbacks to come play for him because he'll resurrect their career. I think Buster, the catcher whisperer, is going to come in and he's going to get guys to come and resurrect their pitching careers with the Giants. That's my take.
I like the hire. I think it's a little bit overblown about the lack of experience.
Okay.
I think more experience matters with basketball coaches and football coaches. I think with baseball, with the amount of coaches they have in the dugout with iPads and the amount of guys they have in the front office doing analytics, they give him the lineup and running the bullpen. And there's enough guys in his ear. What Vitello brings is the locker room. And he brings the energy and the intangibles that come with that and getting guys to run through a fucking wall. And I think that's really important with this ball club.
Look, everybody's like, oh, Buster wasn't a rah-rah guy. Why'd he get a college guy? Hey, Buster was known for a lot of things, including the Buster hug, Matt.
Yeah, that's right.
He loved hugs.
I think we should Buster hug more often.
I think we should too.
Paul, let's just jump into the San Francisco 49ers. A lot to unpack here, and we'll do that quickly, folks. They're just coming off a loss to the Rams, where, by the way, we called it. I mean, we had fans, also trolls, coming out to us going, I can't believe both you guys picked against the 49ers, even though you guys are Niner fans, in quotes. We keep it real, Paul. We keep it real.
All those people bitching, if they'd gone with my picks the last 2 weeks, would have made a lot of money. I got the over both week, and I got the spread both week.
Paul, you're so proud of yourself.
It's the first time it's ever happened. It'll never happen again.
It's crazy. Listen, I'll say this. The 49ers are who we thought they were. I'll say this. Right now we're 6-4. And I said this to you last week when we were 6-3. Luckily, we came out of the gates hot. We have a 3-game cushion. If we go 500 the rest of the way, we're going to end up 10-7. I think we have a real shot in 11-6, and I know it sounds like I'm drinking a lot of Kool-Aid here. Our next 4 games are against the Cardinals, Browns, Panthers, and Titans. There couldn't be 4 worse offenses. I know the Cardinals are good, but the offenses for the Cleveland, Titans, Panthers are very bad. If there were a 3-game stretch for the defense to figure it out, it's this. We very well will be favored in all 4 games. We could be 10-4 going into the last 3 games of the season. We'll probably fuck up one of those games and be 9-5. But the schedule's really nice for us. I think that's a light at the end of the tunnel. I think, hey, let's go 10-7. Let's get into the 7th seed and make some noise in the playoffs. No one wants to face us, very much like no one wants to face the Warriors in the playoffs. And let's just get to the playoffs for the young guys. I have no aspirations of us winning a Super Bowl or anything, but I'd like to see us get there, and I think it's possible.
I have a question for you, but first you said drink the Kool-Aid. I'm going to say drink the Day Trip, Matt. See what I just did there? Our sponsor, Day Trip.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about them in a minute, but I got my hat on. Do you really believe that? I mean, their defense seems like it can't stop anybody.
I believe in the defense that played the New York Giants and held them to, I think, under 300 yards of total offense. I believe in the defense against those guys. Matthew Stafford right now is playing like he's on a whole bunch of Cialis and Viagra and some other things we don't know about. That offense is arguably is the best offense in football. So I thought, like you texted me, they showed a lot of heart in that game.
They did.
I wasn't mad. Sometimes after the 49ers lose, I'm vitriolic. I wasn't pissed. That's how it's going to be against good teams. But I think we can beat the mediocre ones. And I think if we have a healthy, vibe, I think it's going to be okay.
So let me throw this wrinkle at you, Matt. I'm worried about the return of Brock Purdy.
Okay.
The problem isn't their offense, and they're getting everybody healthy. I mean, Ayuk may not come back, or Pearsall's coming back this week. Kittle looked great, like himself last week. Brian Robinson's starting to actually show real value.
Yeah.
So it'll keep McCaffrey from getting worn down. But you're bringing Purdy in, and Purdy, I think there's a very good chance he's not going to play as well as Mac Jones is playing. He's going to be rusty. They don't have a lot of margin for error in these coming games. I know they're playing shitty teams, but you could see Purdy coming in. And what do they do? What do they do if he comes in and he's rusty?
You know what? I think let's not run from the problem. Let's just lean into the problem. Brock is a better quarterback than Mac Jones. Okay? I mean, if you had a gun to someone's head, just because of his...
Brock's numbers last year are very similar to Jones's this year, and actually Jones's are slightly better. But that's just from last year. But I understand your point.
Just because of Brock's mobility,
right?
It makes him a better quarterback. Listen, Mac's shown, this is his first good season really in the NFL. I'll take away his rookie season. I still am a Brock believer. Brock's a better quarterback and Brock at his peak is a better quarterback. Their offense runs better. I get your point though. Mac's playing out of his mind. I don't know what happens, but we got to see.
Right. I'm not saying there's a quarterback controversy. Exactly. What I'm saying is you're 6-4, you're fighting for a playoff berth, and you're bringing in this sort of unknown of a guy that basically hasn't played all season into an offense that's mostly working. So I just say that it to me, I don't know where this goes. I need to see Brock on the field to get a better sense of where this is going.
You know what we do here is we keep Mac for this game against the Cardinals in Arizona because those division games are always tough. But we have a great 3-week window. Panthers, Browns, Titans.
When's our bye?
It's right after after the Browns. We play 3 more games to get a bye, and then come back versus the Titans.
Okay, got it.
This is a great place for Brock to come in those games and get his feet and get his legs. Paul, let's prediction time.
Prediction time.
This Sunday, 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray is on IR. It's the Jacoby Brissett show. He's been playing really good. I know last week it was a bit of a meltdown. 49ers, correct me if I'm wrong, 2.5-point favorite on the road in Arizona. All right?
Right. I thought I saw one line that was 1.5, but I think it is 2.5.
Maybe it went down. How do you see this game, Paul?
And over under like 47, I think.
Gotcha.
Okay.
How do you see this game, Paul?
Oh, you're going to make me go first, aren't you?
How do you see this game,
Fuck.
Paul?
If Purdy starts, they lose. If Mac Jones starts, they win. So I think they're going to lose. I think there are just too many unknowns. And I think that Arizona, look, they got blown out of the water in the first quarter last week against Seattle, who's, I think, really good. I think Seattle and the Rams are the 2 best teams in the league. They just beat Green Bay. These Cardinals teams not a bad team. Jacoby Brissett's actually been better than Kyler Murray.
For sure, yeah.
They've got a bad look. There are 2 things. Marvin Harrison's appendectomy, he won't be playing.
Correct.
This DeMarcado guy, if they trust him again after that crazy fumble he had, actually looks really good at running back. I don't think that Niners can stop people. Purcell's first game back. I just think there are a lot of unknowns with this Niner team. I think they're starting to doubt themselves. I think the rookies on defense are starting to wonder if they can stop anybody.
What's the score?
So I think it's going to be a close game. And we saw Eddie De Niro had a little hiccup last week. I think he's going to miss a field goal this week. I think it's going to be the over because, again, I think the defense sucks. I think it's going to be 27-24 Cardinals.
27-24 Cardinals is the way you're going.
That's where I'm going.
Okay. Paul, I got something for you here. I am not going to double neg this. I think the 49ers win this game. I absolutely win this game.
I hope you're right, Matt.
Because as George Kittle said in his post-game presser, he said this after the Giants. He actually said this after the loss to Tampa Bay. He said this again after the loss, and I think it's been driven home. The offense knows they have to be elite in order to win these games, okay? And they have to play mistake-free football. I think the really great point is, you know how the 49ers defer, okay? And they want the ball to start the second half? Well, because the defense is so bad, these teams go on 7-minute drives, and then we're behind the 8 ball. Let's receive the ball first.
It puts so much pressure on that first series. They go 3 and out.
Exactly.
I love this, Matt.
Let's receive the ball. Let's go out there. Mac Jones show. I think we're a better team. I think we kind of know it. I think Kyle's going to go into his bag of tricks, figure something out, and I think we're going to go into that game. It's going to be a close one. You said 27-24 Cardinals. I think the 49ers win this game 27-24 49ers.
Oh, look at that. There's magic in that pick, Matt.
There is so much magic in that pick. Everyone go to the bank right now because that's a fucking beautiful thing.
And you think Purdy's not starting? You think Mac Jones is starting? Your crystal ball says that.
you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Brock starts, but I think they should go with Mac.
Okay.
And they should bring Brock back at Cleveland or at home against the Panthers.
Can I say every game is the most important game there? Every game is a must-win. I feel like this is a must-win.
Absolutely.
Because the NFC West is really strong. They're the 8th place team right now at 6-4. I mean, the NFC is really strong, and the NFC West is really strong.
The NFC's real strong.
Yeah. So they're 8th place at 6-4. Okay, and we did it.
We did it. All right, folks. You're going to want to stick around. It's going to get a lot of fun. We're going to talk about super MILFs coming up next with actor Jack Atkins. All right, Beat LA, we're back. And today's guest, Paul, is a good one.
Great one.
Great one. All right, Paul, I met this dude at the Bleach Film Festival. He had a short there called Lil Brick. Lil, not little. Lil. Yeah. Where he starred as a fictional SoundCloud rapper. And it was legitimately one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. Him and his crew had that we're making stuff happen energy, which made me feel 20 again, which was confusing and a little depressing, okay? This guy's been everywhere. He popped on the scene as one of the stars of the Netflix reality show The Circle. And he just starred in a James Bond-inspired indie comedy, Chet Bond, Licensed to Chill. He's got that creative hustle, always moving and making shit happen. Welcome to the Beat LA podcast, Jack Atkins. What's up?
I'm gonna be the best intro I've ever received. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Like, if you went out, like, to kind of your hype man,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
huge.
If I just walked, yeah.
You gotta come everywhere with me now. Like,
I could
it's my
do that.
guy.
You're going to have this forever on your phone, so just pull it out when you're like at a bar or
New
anything
ringtone.
new ringtone. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not kidding, man. When I met this guy, I mean, I've known this guy. I met him one night for 2 hours, like maybe 6 or 7 months ago.
Yeah, it was in May, I think.
May at this film festival, and him and his crew, they just had this energy.
Reminds you when you were just making shit, Matt.
Yeah.
You were young in Hollywood. You thought the whole world was in front of you, that you were going to be the next, Martin Scorsese or Tarantino or whatever it is.
You know what it reminded me of? I don't know if you guys get this, but like, I was like, these are guys like the Lonely Island guys.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
That's a good one.
I don't know if we've gotten that, but I love Lonely Island. Recently, I've been doing a little bit of sketch stuff with some friends, and we were getting some Jimmy Tatro comparison. I don't know if
I know
familiar.
Jimmy Tatro.
Which he's like, growing up, that was like my guy. So I was like, the fact that we're getting some comps to him just means I'm right where I want to be. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad
Nick,
thing,
put up a Jimmy Tatro pic for people. You know who he is. He's an actor.
Okay.
What's he
I'm
been
sure
in?
I know who he is.
He directed and starred in like Real Bros of Simi Valley, which is like a satirical docu-series. American Vandals, like a great TV show on Netflix. He was in like the Burt Kreischer, like The Machine.
The
He
Machine.
played young Burt Kreischer.
Right.
22 Jump Street. So
That's right.
Can I jump in here one second? This is a perfect time for our audience who doesn't know any of these references. He's our first Gen Z. Is he our first Gen Z guest?
Are you millennial? Gen Z? How does it
I'm
work?
Gen Z. I'm 25, so I was 2000.
What's the breakdown? Nick, what's the
think
breakdown?
People say it's like if you remember 9/11, you're a millennial, which is kind of a depressing way to look at it.
Wait,
so that's what they say. So
what
I
year
was
were you
one.
born?
So I was in 2000, so I was one.
Okay.
So I don't remember.
You're Gen Z.
Yeah.
What's above Gen Z?
Millennial.
Really?
Yeah. And
I'd say millennials probably.
and then Gen Y and Gen X.
95 and
Yeah.
boom, like 90.
My
96
wife
or
is a
90.
millennial. She'll be glad I said that on the air.
Mm-hmm.
You would know this, Matt, if you were dating
A millennial?
or Gen Zs.
My last one.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Well, sure you can.
She was Gen X. Because what? I'm Gen X. We're Gen X.
I don't know what you're younger than I am, Matt.
Yeah, it's
I think
true.
you're Gen X.
Yeah. All right, Jack. We're warm now. Now we're warmed up.
And I appreciate, I was going to say, like, I appreciate the big intro. I mean, I was listening to your last episode with Peter Scalater on the way here.
Yeah.
Something you go from him to me. I was like, I appreciate you.
You know what? Our OGs, it all makes sense to them.
Okay.
Yeah. To go from like starting 5 to Jack.
Yeah.
This is basically, the movie Get Out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're basically taking his young energy and creative like fire, and by the time you leave here, it'll all be gone.
You're siphoning
and it'll be in us.
Now, sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
I mean, me and Paul were talking about that this morning. We're gonna siphon your blood.
Sure. Yeah, it might not be the most valuable blood in the city.
If you took my blood and mixed it with your blood, I mean,
bad things would happen.
Yeah, just I don't know how much cocaine is still left in my blood from back in the day.
I think it's gone mostly.
Who knows? We don't know. So Jack, great to have you here. So like, is it weird that your grandfather started the Atkins diet or what?
Yeah, we get that a lot. That's a great Yeah, we get that a lot.
But if you think the family of the kids from the Atkins diet, like they have money? Do you think they're doing okay?
They're doing all right.
Yeah.
Jatkins, your name that could be your name.
I get that all the
Jatkins?
time.
The Jatkins.
Yeah.
Jatkins.
I get Jatkins. Yeah, that's like that was my nickname like growing up.
Interesting.
Jatkins,
See, it's like when a couple becomes one name.
The Jatkins diet.
The Jatkins diet. You're dating yourself.
You're getting in terrible shape if you're on that diet.
You want to get in terrible shape.
It's like Trader Joe's frozen foods.
If you want to put on weight for a movie, do the Jatkins diet. Yeah,
this was not
grow like a foot and be still like skinny but also fat at the same time.
All right, folks. Thanks for listening to the BLA podcast.
This wasn't in the notes.
This wasn't in the notes. Here's what's in the notes. You're from New Haven, Connecticut.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's a weird fandom crossroad. Did you go north to Boston fandom, south to New York? Who are your teams?
So I was preparing for this question. It's always very difficult. It's all over the place.
Okay.
So first 5 years of my life, I lived in Boston. And so I grew up in Boston and lived like a block away from Fenway.
Okay.
Went to a lot of Sox games. So baseball, I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I would say I'm a Red Sox fan.
Okay.
For a while, I was on like the Boston sports train, but over time, being in Connecticut, it's kind of no man's land. So I started just kind of vibing with teams more so based on players and like just the team itself.
Okay.
Independent of geography.
Okay.
So when I was like 8, I'm been a diehard Jaguars fan.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Whoa!
Never been to Jacksonville.
Who was the player that you vibed with?
Maurice Jones-Drew.
Wow!
In my room growing up, I had like a fat head of Maurice Jones-Drew.
There was just an article this week. This is our Gen Z episode. They talked about how people don't follow teams based on geography anymore. Your generation, they do it based on celebrity. Like they talked about LeBron, who's played on all these teams. There are a lot of people that just will root for LeBron no matter what he is. That's not how we were, right? We were totally tribal and territorial.
I think if I grew up in a place that had more of that culture, I probably would be. But just being in Connecticut, it's like, what do we have?
When you're describing, when you were giving us that answer, I was like, fuck, he's going to say he's like a Packers or Cowboys fan. No. Because that's usually where someone grabs.
Right.
And I never thought Jacksonville was going to come into the game.
I'm really, I think it suits
you're the only one even in Jacksonville who's
I think it suits
their
my
team.
personality a little bit of like, just kind of like the random team. I'd rather ride with a team that doesn't have a lot of energy around it and like feel like I'm part of something more
So does that mean you're kind of the guy who hits on the less attractive girl at the bar? Because you know she's going to be happy about that. You got a better chance.
Point. It's a good point.
I'd say you're buying. It's like buying into someone's. It's like stock. It's potential.
Okay.
So whatever you want to translate that to the dating scene, sure. But but for basketball,
wait, hold on. Before we even get to the basketball, just cut to the clip.
And you're looking at your claws and you're looking at your fangs and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know how to kill the bunny. With this, you don't know how to kill the bunny. Do you know what I mean? You're like a big bear, man.
You were saying basketball.
Yeah, basketball. So that, to your point, is even more so kind of player oriented. Because I was a basketball player. Like I played high school.
How tall are you for people who are not watching right now?
6'6".
Our tallest guest too, by the way.
Yeah. Tallest and youngest.
You're a short 6'6" though. You're like a tall 6'4". You know what I mean?
What is that? Short 6'6".
Yeah.
Did you see him with his pants off, Matt? I don't understand.
He's questioning if I'm 6'6".
I don't know where I went with that.
6'6", maybe 6'5.5", if that's where you want to go.
Got you.
In Hollywood, you're supposed to be short, like with a huge head.
Yeah,
like
I picked the one career.
I
always get that I also get that I look older than I am a lot.
Okay.
So I picked like the one career path where it's bad to be tall and it's like bad to look old. So,
right.
But for basketball,
much
more player oriented because I played. So it's like certain players. I also think basketball, and like listening to you guys talk about it last week, like the basketball culture, I think, like the cultural impact, I think is the strongest.
Yeah.
And I think that makes like individual players stand out a little bit more.
So who was your guy? Who was your guy growing up?
First, like Derrick Rose, big Derrick Rose fan.
Okay.
And then was a big Steph fan. Still love Steph.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm Now, and this is going to sound a little bandwagony, I'm a Thunder fan now. I've been a Thunder fan for like 4 or 5 years. Just love like their young core of like Shea, Chet.
You like guys with 3 names: Maurice Jones-Drew, and then Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay. This might be it.
Yeah. But when you were yay big, when you were like in 6th grade and you were 5'9",
D-Rose.
5'10",
D-Rose.
It was D-Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he got hurt. It was devastating.
Yeah.
Still always supported him, but it's like then the Bulls were pretty bad. So
did you ever see the Hard Knocks version of that show where they followed Derrick Rose?
I did not.
And when they told him he got traded from the Bulls, he broke down and cried because he loved playing for the
Wilmer
Bulls.
Flores when he got traded by the
That
Mets.
was sad.
So New Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah.
You're a Jaguars fan and kind of a Bulls fan.
Thunder fan now.
Fan now.
But still like the Bulls. I went to school in Chicago, so I got a lot of love for the Bulls.
Got it.
They're exciting this year for the first time.
University of Chicago, I read.
Yes, sir.
Don't take this the wrong way. I don't think of that as a basketball powerhouse.
No.
Yeah.
Division 3. They're a Division 3 team.
Excellent
D3.
academic school.
Not
South
much of a
side.
sports culture.
Yeah.
A lot of my buddies were on the football team, and we had for Division 3 pretty good football team. So that was always fun.
Can
One of
you
my best
dunk?
friends. Yeah, generally yes, but
Okay.
you know if I haven't played in a while,
I like
I'm
that
not necessarily
answer.
showing up.
Generally, yeah, I can dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, can you dunk?
I used to be able to.
Okay.
I
How
haven't
tall are
tried
you,
in a while.
Nick?
I'm 6. I'm a short 6'4".
Yeah. Short.
In my prime, I could dunk easily. Now that I'm a little got some.
Paul hates it when I do this, but 40 years ago,
I
when
know
I
exactly
played
where he's
basketball
going.
at SI, I was like all city. I was a point guard.
Oh.
And in San Francisco, they had the Kezar Pavilion, which had springs under the court. I must have been 5'8", but I could dunk a volleyball on that court.
Damn.
Because I got the calves of like Ben Johnson.
The court is.
I actually don't think you
important.
told me that story. I'm used to you telling me the baseball stuff and the drugs and other things.
I was a better basketball player than baseball player.
It's amazing.
It's fucking crazy.
I want to give our audience a little context though before we get to it. I want to talk a little bit about the circle. Then maybe we can get to because I want to make sure that people understand this guy's famous.
Sure. This is a major get, but also this is like everyone kind of needs like a reverse Ben Kenobi. You know what I mean? Like Luke was young and like Ben Kenobi was smart. But like when you get older, you fall behind the curve, men, because they stop fucking trying to become better guys. And I think we all need younger mentors.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I like this.
So that's why we have Jack on. You were on a show called The Circle.
Yes, sir.
It was a reality show, came out of the UK. What was the log line of The Circle?
Yeah, essentially, it's like a social competition show, but everyone is in like the same apartment building, separate apartments, and you can only communicate digitally. So you have like a profile, and people could see your profile and like some stuff about you, but you can only communicate like via text, essentially. And some people were themselves, and some people pretend to be other people. But pretty much each round, you're communicating, building alliances, making relationships. And then you like rank everybody, and the most popular players each round pretty much have the ability to remove someone from the game. So you're trying to like survive to the end.
And this was there were 4 people on the show.
No, it was like 11 of us.
11?
11 of us. And our season was usually it's like 12, 13, but our season was a little bit smaller.
So it's basically Big Brother where nobody
exactly
sees
nobody
each
actually
other.
sees each other. And I'm a big like Survivor Big Brother fan. That's kind of
I read in your bio that you're a reality show guy. Like you love reality
That's
shows.
also my day job. I cast reality TV now. So.
But on The Circle,
Yes.
you were one of the breakout stars. There were like 3 or 4 people that were like kind of that were talked about because you were kind of a villain. And as your catfish profile, what was your character?
I pretend to be a sorority girl.
And you did very well as this, right?
For a while, and then things took a turn, and it all kind of blew up in my face. But
Right.
yeah.
Wow.
You learned to catfish.
So it was one of those things during casting. I was like, I'm down to be myself. I'm down to be catfish, whatever.
Yeah.
Just whatever would get me on the show, right? And then they suggest, because I was in a fraternity at the time, and they suggest like, what if you pretend to be like a frat boy playing as a sorority girl? I was like, okay, I'll go with it. It's not like I was like plotting. I was like, I really want to be a girl.
Right.
And so I was doing all right for a while, and then they have these like different challenges and games throughout to kind of like get to know each other, but also sort of opportunities to expose people who are catfishing. They had like a makeup challenge where you had to do makeup on like a mannequin head to make it look like yourself. In this case, me, a sorority girl.
Right.
And my makeup skills were next to none, so it was just terrible. And then everyone else sees it, and they're like, "That's not a girl." And so that got me eliminated. But then they brought me back with somebody else as another catfish,
Right.
where I played like this old psychic Santa Claus guy, the guy who was Santa. Like I don't know, it was, and then that went all right, and we made it to the end, and then we lost at the end.
Gotcha.
So it was a little all over the place.
So a couple questions. One, I mean, clearly it's like the ultimate Gen Z show because everything we've told about Gen Z is they don't interact with people in person, right? It's all on social media. I also heard they've stopped having sex and they don't drink anymore. Or those are just two asides. Is that true or not?
Anecdotally, no. But I have heard there's less. Yeah, I've heard there's less. I've heard that too, which is kind of fascinating.
More weed, less booze, less
I mean, probably
sex,
outside
more
of LA,
cuddling.
New York, maybe, but in Jack's world.
Jack's-
Okay.
Jack-
Yeah.
So,
we're
so
down.
the other question is, what makes a good catfish, and how do we know we're being catfished? I'm asking this for Matt's purposes. Matt's still
And also
single.
Nick's
And Nick,
purposes.
I'm sure Nick has
in
been
the
catfished.
context of the show, or just in general.
Just in general, like if you were to give advice on how to
man.
be good at catfishing.
This is not something I would, advocate for in the real world.
Okay, that's our
but
disclaimer.
I think it was a lot of like.
PSA.
I think a lot of, well, at least in the context of the game, a lot of the I think where a lot of the catfish go wrong is being scared to like be caught, and so they go this direction where they're just very vanilla and like generic with the things that they're saying. Like they're not expressing any personality because they're worried like it's not the right personality. I also think people worry that it's like I'm not acting like this specific person that I'm pretending to be. Like, so in this case, I pretend to be like my friend from college who was like this girl.
Okay.
So, but it's like everybody else there, nobody knows who she is. So you don't have to make her personality be like the real thing. You can kind of just create your own little vibe. So a lot of it I just kind of based on myself and just kind of twisted it to be the girl version, I guess you can say.
Because I have a buddy, and I'm not going to out him. He's divorced, and he's on Field. It's an app. It's a dating
It's
app.
a freaky app.
It's a little bit of a freaky
What's
app.
it called? Field?
Field.
Like
Yeah.
playing the field? Like I
Excuse me. Yes, like playing the field.
Ah.
Maybe not field. Is it like
But
playing the
it's
field?
spelled, not that I know too much about this app, but it's FEELD. It's
Right.
not.
So
it's
he, yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
But
feel, feel it. That seems
But
a
what
little
it is
creepy.
is
Okay.
like most people on there are like, I'm married and my husband wants to see me get railed. Or
Oh.
I'm into this, I'm into pegging, whatever. It's a little
It's
it's
like a
more of a
kink.
fetish.
It's
It's
like a
more of a
fetish.
kink.
Oh,
Kink,
that
yeah.
explains the FEEL.
But he'll get, messages and he'll be like, is this a bot or not? So it's not necessarily a person pretending to be someone else, but there's a lot of bots now,
True.
sometimes Russian bots, and it'll be like, well, what's the exchange?
short circuit.
And she's like, how are you? You see, like these just generic answers.
Yeah.
And then when I see a picture of her and she's a 9 and I know what my buddy looks like, I'm like, that's
Yeah, that's
that's not
That's
real.
the first, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I think, yeah, that's the great call, because a lot of people, I've had friends be like, is this person real or not? It's like, no. Like, it's like a 10 out of 10 with like 5 different Instagram filters on her.
Yeah.
Who's like got her Snapchat and her Venmo in her bio, and that's about it. You're like, that's not a real woman. I'm sorry.
Right,
But
yeah.
they're like, so many guys want to be like,
They want
I
it.
could-
They
yeah,
want
I
to.
think
They
it
want
could
to
be. But
So was there was your they stopped doing the circle?
so for now, yeah, I was on season 2. There's been 7 seasons total.
There was
so
been
I was
7. You were season 2.
So they were going like 2 a year for a while, but they haven't done one in a while, and I don't think they've been like.
Is there
renewed.
a big circle fan base out there?
Ish.
Groupies.
It
My
got,
house out there,
it got a
groupies.
lot of viewership. Like it was for a time, it was like #1 on Netflix a while ago, and there was definitely an audience for it. But I don't think it was as much of like a dedicated cult following that
Right.
other shows like Survivor, Big Brother, The Challenge that have been on for 20 years have, and that's kind of why I think maybe it.
Nick,
fizzled out a
did
little bit.
you know the circle?
I knew of it, but I didn't actually watch it.
Gotcha. And so it's not like you go to the conventions like our previous guest who was like on General Hospital and he goes to General Hospital conventions.
I've been to some reality events, and
Yeah.
and I'm still pretty entrenched in the reality world because I work in casting. I co-host like a Survivor podcast actually.
No shit.
So with all those, and my friends that I co-host with, they were on the show and they host a bunch of events. So I go to that stuff, and people will sort of know it. But
What's the Survivor podcast called?
it's called the Purple Pants Podcast. It's hosted by my friend Bryce Isaiah from Survivor Cagayan. And then we do Survivor. He does a bunch of different like pop culture reality, but then we do specific Survivor coverage with our other friend Wendell, who won Survivor as well.
Well, I don't know how many people, I don't know what kind of stamp we have out there in the world, but I read that you've wanted to get on Survivor.
Yeah.
But why have they not fucking gone to the Jack Atkins diet with you?
Great.
You know what I mean?
Good callback. So I'd been applying to Survivor since I was like 18. But then it hadn't worked
7
out.
years.
Yeah, I know. But I really, as soon as I could apply, I was applying. And then the thing is, and then I kind of just applied to the Circle. And once that worked out, they have a very sort of strict policy. And I've been told from knowledgeable sources, I guess, of like, once you do one show, it can be very hard to cross over.
Yeah.
And especially with the CBS shows like a Survivor, their team especially is very much in that mindset. Not every show is like that. Like a lot of Netflix shows will pull people from like other stuff. But I think that's sort of the primary reason. I don't know. I mean, casting, now that I work in casting, it can also be, it varies so much. It's like you might, to me, I sort of compare it almost to like a college application of, you might apply to, Georgia and and not get in because maybe just the person that's looking at your application, it just doesn't click. But then you might apply to Harvard and you get into Harvard and it's like people got different taste,
Man, I mean,
I got into every college I applied to, Matt.
No, you didn't. Did you, Paul?
I did. I had to make that about myself.
But Paul, did you?
I did. I only applied to 2.
That's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, so let's stay in this just reality thing real quick. Yeah. Me and Paul were talking this morning. If you could create any reality show, no limits, what would it be? And I'm going to go first.
Right. We're at a pitch meeting. We're studio executives buying the next great reality show. Matt, what is it?
Well, for me, I mean, this is not an original answer before they did this remake, which I'm very upset about. But The Running Man for years, to me, is a perfect show. I want the world to get, and I think we're close to it the way the world is today, but having a real life Running Man, let's take ex-cons on death row, some of the worst con members of all time, and put them into an obstacle course of death. And, 99% of the time, you're not going to survive that. But if you survive that obstacle course, you're granted freedom. If you don't, you're dead.
It's like a Squid Game.
But I'd rather watch that than the gas chamber. I'd rather see, let's put the guy in a fucking cage with a bunch of tigers or some shit.
Yeah.
Look, as your studio exec, I'd say everyone likes IP, and so that would be called The Real Running Man. I think we can sell that.
What do you have, Jack?
No, I love those. If you like Squid Games, they have a reality version. Right. I just binged it last night. It's a great show, and obviously people aren't dying, but there still feels like a lot. I mean, prize is $4.56 million, so there's still a lot of stakes.
What about dating to the death? There's a lot of dating games now.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I've been developing my own reality concept.
Don't say it here. Someone will steal it. Matt.
I'm not going to go too much into it, but I've got like a full pitch deck and all that stuff, and it's sort of a dating competition hybrid of romance, but also like backstabbing and strategy.
Like Risk or like a board game.
A little bit. It's sort of like a Love Island meets like a Survivor, I guess you could say. To kind of I mean, that obviously, if I can make anything, I guess that would be my answer because it's what I'm trying to sell right now.
I thought Peter Scalzar, he's not talking about it as a basketball, and a director. You're talking about probably with the what was the other reality show he created?
Bachelor in Paradise.
Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, he did that one?
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
See? I thought you were a group. We get you on that. So can I pitch my?
Yes.
I call it The Will.
Okay.
And the will is young guys, like 5 young guys, go on a cruise with a bunch of really old people, and the guys try to get in the wills of old people before they die.
I like
right?
it.
So they find like these widows, like this 90-year-old widow, and the guy's trying to get in her will.
You know what? I think I'm as execs here on this pitch here.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of more interested in the will with like young guys going after like super MILFs.
Yeah.
That are like on not death's door, but they're older and they're rich, and they got to get into their will.
Right.
They're looking for connection on this.
Right, because they can do it multiple ways. Either they're looking for some young meat, whatever, or they're actually just looking for like their son, their long lost son, their companionship. Because they can get a phone call from like some guy saying, "I need money for Africa," and they could give money to that, or they can actually have a real human connection on this boat and give their money away for that reason.
That's crazy because like anytime you do the money for Africa thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's got some pull.
It's got some pull.
I also think now if you're saying there's no rules here.
Yeah, no
I think
rules, no boundaries.
You do like a murder mystery that's reality, and someone like actually dies. I think that would be.
That's the next.
You actually trap people on an island and kill someone.
Right.
And just see everything unfold. I also think would be not that.
I wrote a script about 15, 17 years ago, and it was called The Drop. And Sean William Scott wanted to do it. We had fun. I actually want you to read this thing. Anyway, it was about putting ordinary people in extraordinary circumstances. So it's like a friend comes to you, I need this package delivered for a drug deal. And so you see if you could see what people are made of under the auspice of a real situation.
Yeah.
And at the end, they're like, no, it's not. Real.
I would be the first guy eliminated in that show.
It's like a prank show, but it's like crime.
But it's like real. Like for like Paul, I'd like want to send you to like the fucking gnarliest neighborhood to buy crack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And see if he could
We've
do it.
established the only kind of crime I could maybe do would be white collar.
Yeah, probably.
Or you're like bringing a friend in to like rob a bank, and they think it's real, but it's not. But you're like, could you cut it? Could you hack it?
Right.
I think that would be really fun too.
Yeah. Man, this is a
Would
good
reveal a lot about some people too.
Yeah. I like the will though. The will's good.
That's fun.
Oh, you know what
we're
could be
pitch
fun
that.
about the will is like you fucking sit down to get a real family and a real reading of like the patriarch's will, and you come to realize like he didn't leave you anything. It all went to him.
That's like the finale. Is
The finale.
like reading the wills.
Yeah. You show up at the reading, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Maybe there's opportunities for some espionage too, where cruise ships. A lot of old people die on cruise ships.
Sure.
But maybe there's like a challenge where it's like, hey, there's a will hidden in one of these rooms, and you can go in and forge your own name on there or something if you really have the balls to sneak in and do it.
This is a good idea. You cut this. So remember the show the jury duty show that was like
it's a great
everybody's
show.
an actor except the one guy.
Yeah.
You could actually do a hybrid thing with this, where the old woman is in on it, and she's trying to test just like the reactions of the other fuckers in her family and how greedy they are and other things. Anyway, there's a whole thing here. All right, we're gonna keep pitching on this.
No, keep that in. What I love is in The Bachelor or The Bachelorette,
She shows up there, I'm still alive, that kind of thing. I was like, what the fuck?
Bachelor Bachelorette, when they get down to the final six, they have a thing where they go off into the hut and fuck.
Yeah.
What's that called?
The fantasy suite.
Fantasy suite.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the fantasy
fuck
suite
huts,
on the will? Which is going to be great. Like Nick, or you go into the thing with the 70-year-old fucking, you know what I mean? The widower, the widowee.
You just gotta buckle up.
And you got to buckle
make
up.
it happen.
But it's like dark, and you can hear the fucking her moaning like crazy. And then you're just like, we don't know if it's pleasure or pain.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm glad I pitched this or not.
Nick, what do you think? Which
Whatever it
one are
takes.
you feeling the most of all of these pitches?
I just can't get over the fact that you taught me a new term, super MILF, today.
A gilf. I mean, it's,
A gilf.
A gilf.
Quickly, before we get to the sports,
Yeah.
New Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah.
You were a marketing intern at Yale?
yeah.
Yeah.
In the athletic department.
So this guy went to Princeton.
Nice.
Do you have a take on this? Like, you feel like a Yale
On
guy.
Princeton. I mean, my high school was like a Yale feeder school. My mom used to teach at Yale.
Get
as
out of
well.
here. Why aren't you a Bulldog?
I just don't really like Connecticut that much. So I wanted to
I
go
also thought you were
out.
going to say your
You've been to
grades.
New
but no,
Haven?
it was-
I wanted to travel and like see other cities. Like I love New Haven, but I didn't want to like go to college there.
Got it.
But I love Yale. Like the summer after I graduated high school, before college, I interned in like the athletic department, doing just sort of like not a whole lot of anything, but like just some marketing stuff and like gathering like different news and articles. Just
You
sort of
love
share with-
sports powerhouses. University of Chicago, Yale,
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
just some of the top
Yeah.
programs.
But I also just feel like everything coming out of Jack's mouth is just like it's just really great for a date. Like he's just so well rounded. Like it's all a fucking super angle to get into.
I'm hoping you're
going to
segue to the.
and that's not to say
I'm
anything
hoping
about
you're
you.
going to segue to the topic I want to talk about. Man.
But first off, what do you feel? How does a Princetonian feel about Yale people?
Not great.
Okay,
Sure.
are you guys rivals? Is it
mean,
Yale,
sure.
Princeton,
I
or
think it's Yale, Harvard.
Yale,
So,
Harvard,
so this
okay,
is
right.
yeah.
No,
So
Princeton,
So
yeah.
Princeton is like the Princeton is like the insecure, like it's like San Diego in the LA San Francisco rivalry. So San Diego thinks that the other places care about them, but mostly people are like, I just want to go to San Diego and drink beer and eat fish tacos. That's what when they go to Princeton, they're like, hey, it's nice, kind of almost in the South. They got people like to drink beer.
Yeah, I feel
pretty campus. But
Brown.
Harvard and Yale is really the
Gotcha.
the rivalry.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm with you on that.
Okay.
Paul?
Well, I think my question for you is, nothing fucking pissed me off during the World Series more than the fact that suddenly everybody who's a fucking transplant in LA is a massive Dodger fan and pretends to give a shit about baseball. Have you turned into an LA bandwagoner now that you live here?
That's a good question. I was also thinking about this. I'm not an LA bandwagoner, but I enjoy when the teams do well. I think it like creates a buzz in the city. And
Is
I know
that because you go to the bars and the girls are drunker? Because that's the only reason I used to root for the LA teams to do well.
I will say that
I'd be like, fuck, there's going to be some drunk girls at this bar after this game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I will
Sorry,
say
I interrupted you.
You're good.
Yeah.
Game 7, like Dodgers, and Dodgers growing up like did not like the Dodgers, and I'm still not like a Dodger fan. But I was out with a bunch of my buddies who were Dodgers fans, and it was a Saturday evening. We were, drinking a little bit, and my buddy had a lot of money on the game, and so I mean that game was electric. And when the Dodgers won, like it was a good time. So I don't mind when they do well, just to create that energy. Lakers, I was never a big Lakers guy, but I like when the Lakers do well. I like LeBron.
Let me ask you this, and we'll give you a pass on this. We will. But just, are you posting stories of like you in Dodger hats or like Laker hats going like, fuck yeah, let's, okay, good.
I ride with my teams. Like, it's never going to be like, go Rams,
But
like, I like when the Rams do well, but I'm a Jags fan.
Right. So that's okay. But you're not going to put on you'll put on a Dodger hat and go to the bar and go fucking high five some hotties.
Not even.
Not
Okay.
even.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
not-
See, Nick will do that shit.
So you stand for something, man.
I stand for something.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a fake fan. Like, I'm not going to wear gear.
You wouldn't wear an Oakland A's 1990
as I was saying that, I was
to a
like,
podcast with a couple guys from Northern Cal.
yeah. So as I was saying that I wouldn't wear gear. I'll wear gear if it's like, if I think it's just cool, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be out here like go
And it
A's.
worked.
Yeah.
It totally worked.
And also I was like, I found this at the thrift.
Dude, that's nice.
A's are moving soon. This is going to be a relic. I might flip this for a few $100 or something. So
You might.
but yeah, I love like I love a good logo or like some good sports apparel. But it's not, I'm not going to rep it in a sense of like, I'm a fan of this team,
Yeah, I mean, like I was on the Instajammers the other day scrolling, and I saw the coach of the Colts, and he was wearing a trucker Colts hat, and I was like, "Fuck, that's a fucking dope looking hat."
Like I got like a retro Raptors windbreaker with like the old logo on the back with the dinosaur and the ball, and like I love that. But I'm not a Raptors fan,
right?
But
Right.
So you're the youngest guest that we've established. You're a guy who's doing basically what Matt and I came to Hollywood to do 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear what it's like out there, man.
Sure.
I want to hear what the dating scene's like. I want to hear what Hollywood, how you're making your way. Like, I want to hear about this, right?
I like it.
I'm also relatively newly married, so I'm trying to live slightly vicariously through him.
Sure.
So what's it like out there,
This is
man?
the younger mentor situation. you
Yeah,
guys
like we're
referred
bitching
to.
a lot about LA. All the bars are closing. There are no nightclubs anymore. Like, what's it like out there, man?
Where to start? Where should we start?
What do you think, Matt? How do you?
I don't know. I was just let me wrap my head around this for a second and find out where we are here, because we're taking so many hard fucking lefts and rights here. Paul and I are old. We're old. I mean, we like to date ourselves a little bit, but we're not old. Nick, are we old, or we're just like older?
No, older.
You guys
Okay.
got youthful energy.
Thanks,
I mean,
man.
listen, I was telling Paul this morning, I'm like, I scroll Jack socials, and this is where we kind of want to go with this a little bit.
Yeah.
You're out there having fun with good-looking people. What's it like out there right now? Is it like influencer house fucking social meetups, or are people going to bars still and fucking hanging? Like, what's the scene like?
I think it depends what scene you want to get yourself into, because there's a little bit of everything. Like when I first moved out here, like I was at a lot of those like TikTok-y house parties, and pretty quickly I was like, this is just
I don't get invited.
that
to
shit's so you don't want to go to.
Okay.
those.
You
It's
don't wanna
not-
go?
You don't want to go to those.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people. It's kind of the classic LA trope of like people just trying to be something, and they're there to try to like social climb. It's just like never been my vibe. So now it's me and most of my buddies like aren't even in the industry.
Okay.
We go to bars. Like we're just having a.
What's your favorite bar of the moment? Where do you hang? Where do you live?
I live in Westwood.
Okay.
So I go out a lot in like the West Side, Venice, Santa Monica. I go like Hollywood, West Hollywood sometimes.
Okay.
We got some local spots in like Westwood area that might not be my favorite per se, but we frequent. Like a bunch of my buddies work at Thunderbird, which is a bar in Brentwood. Great sports bar if you want to catch a game.
No fucking idea what that
Thunderbird.
is.
Fucking Thunderbird.
Okay, we need a sponsor for the pod.
And they got it's kind of like an all ages like neighborhood bar too. So
Okay.
you guys can pull up.
Wait, do you see what he said? That means they let old people in too. He goes all
No, but you got to lean into
bar.
it. You can't. I get the reaction, Paul,
Yeah.
but you just got to roll with it because me and Paul were pitching something that if we go to like a pool party, right?
Yeah.
I can be your fucking agent.
Right, if we go with you.
I'll be your agent. And Paul, who are you?
So I was going to be your dad. Because if you're just hanging out with me, they're like, why is fucking Jack hanging with the old guy? But if they're like, oh, that's Jack's dad, and the girl's like, oh, his dad's kind of hot, right? Like they're not going to think that if I'm just some creepy dude hanging out with you.
Although I will,
Uncle's creepy too, man. It's got to be your dad.
You don't look like unlike my dad.
See?
But you look younger.
Thanks,
but like,
buddy.
You got similar kind of like eye nose like situation.
And I want to hear what's going on in your love life.
But maybe it's like a Golden Bachelor situation. Like my fucking dad, uncle, we don't know where we're gonna go yet with it, is up for the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I've also there's a new. I saw a video recently that was like they're calling it the manager method, where if you're at a bar chatting to some ladies with your buddy, you'd be like, "This is my manager," and that creates an intrigue of like, well, why do you have a manager? What do you do? And then it's like, oh, well, you're a manager. That's pretty cool.
I hate to break it to you, Jack, but fucking Paul and I were running the manager fucking
you started that
30
bit
fucking years ago. All right, that's as old as fucking whatever, but that's a good one. This is my manager.
Yeah, I haven't used that.
That's my
before,
favorite
but
60 seconds in the history of the podcast.
Would I be? Who would I be if Paul's walking in here as your dad on the Golden Bachelor into this pool party? And am I running as your attorney?
I think you're directing the next project I'm doing because that's like a level above.
You get a couple things there because you're working.
Yeah,
you got a gig.
But director has more like mystique too.
Right. We're gonna do that.
And that explains why you're a little bit older, Matt.
You know, I did. Our friend of the pod, Aaron White.
You're in
He's
charge.
a camera guy. And about a Halloween party about 15 years ago, we rolled in, and I had just done a humble brag, and I just done a Pacino movie. I had this small part in it, the movie he directed. They never fucking got released. But Aaron was walking around going, Matt, dude, did you just do that Pacino film? And it wasn't a bit. It was true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the best. That's where the best stuff. Yeah, because I never want to feel like, I never want to be like, oh, I'm just like making shit up. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you're asking me about what's it like now. I'm like, I wish I was around here 15, 20 years ago.
Let me tell you what 15, 20 years ago was.
Here we go.
Cool.
Here we go.
We were on the Sunset Strip going to bars. We were going to fucking nudie bars on fucking La Brea, finding ourselves in after-hours joints in Koreatown.
Yep.
Weird fucking places.
There were a lot of house parties.
It was fun.
Giorgio's.
This is like maybe 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
But now is it just fucking run clubs and hike clubs?
Nah, not for me.
Okay.
Nah, I don't. That's the thing is like there's all these different but there's probably
why would
people
you say
doing
run
that
club or
15
hike
years
clubs or biking clubs, Nick? Why do you think he brought that up? Nick's
all the
very.
rage.
You guys don't know each other because he like goes out and you like go on mountains.
But we both live in Westwood, so
Oh, let's go. Well, he's probably living.
I was hoping for a little bromance.
I should be at like a run club. If you could do both, I mean,
This guy's a Yukon Husky too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's go.
Do you know the Beta Breakers? Remember the Beta Breakers?
Yeah.
So that was a run club where everyone was drunk. So that's like the Reese's
Best of
Peanut
both
Butter Cup. You
worlds.
get a best of both
I was
worlds.
talking to my 90-year-old mother the other day, and she says to me, she's like, I think the last time I saw a naked man was when I was watching the Beta Breakers. Because there's a lot of naked fucking groups that run the Beta. It's a very progressive race type of thing.
Oh yeah. Shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
Get her on the will.
Get her on she'd be amazing on the well.
Man, that'd be fucking crazy.
It's also good to know, Matt, you don't traipse around your mother's house
True.
in the nude because that would count.
So I'm going to do this. I'm going to ask this of Paul.
I'm going to go shower.
Ask this of Paul. Where do you want to go next, Paul?
I don't know. I think I'm done.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna drive this fucking spaceship.
Let's lay on the plate, man.
Let's not. I'm gonna NBA. I want to go talk NBA. This guy. I want to talk some sports with Jack Atkins. Jackins died here. So you were this gambling scandal.
Mm-hmm.
You got a take on this? Do you bet? Do you use a sports bet? Are you on FanDuel?
I don't sports bet, but I'm a big poker player.
You're a big poker player.
Yeah. So and then I think most of this. Well, there was some scandal with the sports betting, But then there was also like the poker scandal, right, with Chauncey Billups, where they had like the home game.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, look, people betting on their own game, like their own unders, you can't really do that.
Sure.
Poker games, that's a little, those happen all the time. Like,
You think there's a lot of cheating in poker?
Well, I don't know if it was cheating. It was more like it's when games take like a rake, like they take money off the table to like profit, and it's a private game. That's technically illegal. Like Molly's game.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think that's what they were doing, and that's why. But it's like everyone's signing up. Let people, do what they want. That's just like the casinos trying to shut that down so they can get more people in the casino.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I don't have like a hot take on it. I don't think.
No, okay. I just was curious.
I mean, again, you're a different generation. Like we grew up with like gambling on sports. You get kicked out forever. Pete Rose, all this stuff. Maybe we live in a world now where because they're all the there's FanDuel, there's all these gambling apps. You're kind of like, hey, not that big a deal as long as you're not causing your team to lose.
But if you're betting your own under, and you're missing shots.
But like this Emmanuel Clase guy, he basically was getting paid cents on a dollar for his $1 million in contract, whatever. But to throw one pitch outside, and then they could prove that he still got the guy out. So it was just one, it was occasional pitches in a game.
I think it creates like a tough gray area though, because it's like where do you?
No, I think it's ridiculous. I mean, fucking just go get your next contract.
I'm pretty anti-sports betting. And
I am. Because
people can do what they want. Yeah, but it's just I just think it's a surefire way.
Well, I read somewhere that like sports betting is like the reason of like the death of the sports bars is because of sports betting. You go to a sports bar now, you got a bunch of 20s, 30-somethings in there completely gripped on tilt, not having fun because they have so many parlays and wagers going. It's not that community hang anymore because of fantasy and all the money, because people are betting like 10 rebounds. You're doing prop bets on yards. Terry Rozier, I mean, he was like, I'll get 9 rebounds instead of 10. Yeah. Like, I think it's rampant right now. I know I would be doing it. If I was Terry Rozier, like if I was in the NBA, I would be in a gambling scandal right now.
That's fair.
Do you know what I'm saying?
How many baby daddies or how many would you have? How many illegitimate children would you have, Matt?
I probably have a couple divorces right now. And just
you don't think
be
you'd be like
alimony.
Sean Kemp? You don't think there'd be like 6 or 7 kids?
I don't think I have the. That's why I would be a gambling addict.
Okay.
I think I would get my fix that way.
All right.
Sure. That's probably healthier than the Stephon Diggs route, where he's got like 4 babies on the way with 4 different women.
But at least he's hitting like a good bat. Like he's got some. Yeah. They're just not like stripper chicks. His girls are, rap stars and,
way better.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Valid.
So I was looking on your Instagram, and Lil Bricks, one of your Lil Bricks, has almost 11 million views.
Yeah.
How do we get 11 million views from this podcast today?
Can I say real fast, Lil Brick is a short film I saw that he did, produced, starred in, where he plays this like rapper, SoundCloud rapper doing a most searched Google interview.
A Wired thing or whatever?
Yeah. Fucking riot. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really fucking
hilarious.
funny. It's really funny.
But we're checking you.
And your comedic timing, dude, is great. Like,
Thank you.
Matt and I are talking, like, you're going to be on a show soon. That's my
Appreciate
take.
that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Not everybody has that. Those
exactly.
Kind of chops.
Yeah, it's just the shit you can't teach.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
timing.
Lil Brick groomer. That's just like not even true. So that's a good one. Good one. Lil Brick groomer confirmed. Who's confirming this? Epstein Island Flight Manifest PDF. That's a weird one. Not sure how this relates to me because that was like 10 years ago. I'm 23. So if I was there, I would have been one of the kids.
How to get 11 million views?
Dude, I mean, we shot the whole short and then obviously like clipped it up for social media. And that wasn't like the primary purpose of the short, but we kind of knew going in that it was suitable to have some viral moments because we're like satirizing these real interviews that take place, the most searched questions that you'll see clips of those on your social media of like celebrities answering that. So we kind of figured like it's so deep in the satire that you put it out and people are gonna like think it's real. Yeah. So maybe that has some potential for being viral. But the one that got like 11 million, and then a bunch of the other ones got like 500K, 700. So that was just we were really thrilled with that. Like I don't know. We weren't expecting that necessarily going in. Social media can just kind of be a crapshoot when it comes to like what.
It wasn't like hashtags don't even work anymore. And I was like looking at it, and I know people out there right now are trying to go viral or trying to just push whatever brand they're trying to push.
You're a little bit of an influencer.
How did that, if you were like, we're talking like branding for dummies here, but just in general, like there was just a joke about groomers and grooming, and it got 11 million. Like, is there just no rhyme or reason? We talk about it on the pod. We're like, I don't know why we get these many views and don't.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah.
Yeah. I do think that was like the funniest clip from the short. And so, it's like short and punchy. I think a lot of people will try to like put stuff they put out on social a little too long. Like people don't have the attention span. So if you have like a 10-second moment that's like just funny, I think that's the best thing. And obviously it was still relatively topical. It was like referring to like Epstein and stuff, which is still
which is wild.
But no, genuinely, I couldn't tell you. I don't know why. Like, I think it was just like was funny. And it was, again, one of those things where a lot of people have just seen these clips come up with like real celebrities answering these questions. Sometimes the questions are a little weird. So then you take it where it's a little bit more ridiculous, but some people still believed that it was real. Like a lot of the comments are like, "Who's Lil Brick?" Like I've never heard of this motherfucker.
Yeah,
and it's like that was like good for the engagement too. But trust me, I'm trying to figure out how to go viral more.
A little bit of a deep.
Yeah,
it's like a deep fake, man. We need to be doing things that people think are real, like you fake a murder or something.
It's the Wild West out there with this shit. Before we get you out of here, you just wrapped Chet Bond, Licensed to Chill. We're big Bond fans.
Oh yeah. I think he should be the new Bond. I'm really worried who they're going to cast, so why don't we just...
Yeah, Jack could do it.
Jack Atkins.
Safe option.
What was the comedy
Jack
inspiration
Atkins
for
is
that?
a great Bond.
I think
Sean
It's
Connery.
a British last name.
Yeah, Jack Atkins. Right? It's like Jack Draper. Who's
For sure. Tennis
he's the
player?
tennis player, yeah.
Are you a big Bond guy, or what was the inspiration for that?
Honestly, I mean, I got to give credit to Blake Sherwin, who wrote it, directed it, produced it.
Yeah.
I think he's more of a Bond guy.
Right.
I watched like Casino to prep.
Did you own your own tuxedo?
No, I had to rent.
Okay.
Yeah, it's but I think it was another one of those like satire stuff where we're taking this sort of popular IP, whether it's like the autocomplete interviews or Bond stuff, obviously, and we were kind of skirting the line because even like legally speaking, we were like, can we really?
Yeah.
Because we never like specifically refer to James Bond. It'd always be like, oh, Jimmy, like, or you're like your dad. So we were like, but we kind of figured that could help us get some attention of like, is it like, are we even allowed to do this? So I don't know. I mean, Blake was the one who kind of crafted all of that stuff. And
shout out to Blake. Fucking hilarious
He's
guy.
great.
Man.
He's got ideas like every month or two.
How'd you guys hook up? Like, how'd you meet your group of creative guys?
Yeah. So Blake cast me in the first thing I was ever in, which was a few years ago. Just like I submitted for it on Actors Access. It was this like proof of concept trailer, like movie trailer. So he had this full script, but he hadn't really made anything yet. So he's like, I'm just gonna shoot like the trailer.
Right.
It's called Help Me, I'm Stuck. It's about these two buddies who like come into some money through like horse racing, and they're like out for one night, and they end up getting this hooker who is on the run from these like drug dealers that she like double crossed, and then they like unite.
God, that's great. I want to see that right now.
Yeah, I know. Right up my alley.
I mean, check out the trailer. It's on you. It's like 2 minutes, but yeah, it was a great idea, and he just cast me. He cast me my first role ever, which was they check into like a hotel with this girl, and I'm like the hotel concierge who it's just like obviously it's like dad owns the hotel, and he's just kind of an idiot. So he cast me in that, and just like he appreciated like the work that I brought in. And I thought he was great, and he's from Connecticut too. So we're just
look at that Connecticut mafia.
guys. He's like 20. He's 28, so we're basically the same age. And we just became friends, bouncing ideas off each other. I did Lil Brick with him too because I had told him I thought it'd be really fun to play like a SoundCloud rapper, and so he wrote that for me. That was like the first thing that I starred in, and then he wrote Chet Bond, and we did that. So we've done a few projects together, and he's my creative partner right now.
Are you hopeful about like, because we all bitch about how Hollywood's changed, right? In the time we've been here, guys who are in the trenches in their 20s now are just getting started. Are you saying to yourself, hey, it's a dying business, this is fucked, and I'm going to need to be focused on social media and short, clips on whatever? Or do you think that there's a real,
It's a good question. I'm glad you brought, because you asked about like, what's it like now being in LA in your 20s. I feel like there's a lot we could unpack about that other than just like going to Thunderbird.
Yeah.
So it's tough to say because I moved out here. I started coming out here like during COVID. So I didn't know. I kind of came out here during the worst time. Like there's COVID, there were the strikes. Yeah. So that's all. I don't know what the before was. To me, I think
it was glorious.
I kind of hear. I have like an unearned nostalgia for like old Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I think with the new stuff in kind of as you mentioned earlier, coming from the reality in like social media space, I think it's an industry that's. I don't think it's dying. I just think it's shifting. Like it's shifting more to social media, that short stuff, and maybe not as much stuff being made, or not necessarily as much money to be made. But I think more opportunities to kind of pave your own way, like making your own shit. I think is so important. And I think it's easier to make your own stuff now than ever before. I'm not even making my own stuff that much, but it's like my buddies and I a couple weekends ago grabbed a camera, shot 2 sketches, and like put them out.
I saw that.
Those have been getting some attention.
Yeah.
Is that the lifeguard thing?
Did the lifeguard one,
Yeah,
and then we did this one where I played
a frat
like
therapist.
a couples therapist who was
that
like a
was
frat
funny.
boy.
Yeah, that was good.
And one of those clips yesterday on TikTok like blew up and is at like 200K now. And
God bless him, man.
But then some of the other ones are like 1,000
I heard
views.
you deactivated your TikTok account. You had like 200,000 followers.
I didn't
or something
deactivate.
like
I just
that?
don't use it that much.
Oh, okay.
But
okay,
now I'm
okay.
trying to get back. I've been on a recent wave recently, like just posting more on Instagram, trying to post more on TikTok. Usually not my vibe, which sounds weird to say because
No,
I
I
have
get
a presence on there, but that kind of just came as a product of like doing the circle. And I felt like that was an opportunity like I had to capitalize on. So I started posting more. But before that, I like never really posted. Like that's not my natural, like
that's just not your
stance is, like,
you're the way your
posting a
hard
lot.
drive's
Yeah.
built.
Yeah, but now it's like trying to just make we're good at getting together. I think this weekend going to film more stuff, and it's like, what's the worst that can happen? And you can do it pretty easily. So
No, man. I think it's great what you guys are doing.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. Like I say this, Paul, before we get you out of here. It's just like, I think I got a pretty good beat on people and I can read people. And at this festival, him and Blake and his guys, I was like, these guys are going for it. They're doing it. They're making it happen. You guys got a great fucking energy about
some of
you
the guys I've been creating with recently, I met at that festival too. Owen and Maxie.
Yeah, those guys were fucking
so
right
we've been
too.
and I'm like in acting class with them now, and I don't. It's one of those things. Just trying to adjust, like to figure out the landscape,
Right.
And just kind of keep making stuff. And that's the thing is like some people that I see making their own shit. Some of those guys are like on SNL now. Like my buddy who's like a sketch creator, his old roommate's on SNL now. Or I see like guys like, I don't know if you guys know like Jonas Gindin, who's on like TikTok and stuff.
You know
and
Jonas. You're a big fan of Jonas Gindin.
Jonas is great. And he's in like,
probably in a run
I saw
club.
him in Lurker, like that new movie.
Yeah, Lurker.
he was
Yeah.
like, so it's, people aren't just, if you're not doing your own shit, people aren't just gonna like come knocking on your door and be
I
like,
mean,
oh,
that's
we
the way
want
it's always
you.
been. It's
Yeah,
the way it's always
exactly.
been. And the
So-
way, Paul and
Seven, we did it. I mean, and that's how I got started. You know the story, man. And it was hard to do it back then. So the fact that I did it, I made this sort of low budget thing, shot a 16 millimeter film. I don't know if you know what 16 millimeter film is. It's actually this film that's
It's actual film.
It's actual film, and it's
yeah.
smaller than
No, I
35
love-
millimeter apparently. But nobody was fucking doing it, and I got an agent off it. I got my first job off of it,
100%.
right? And so, but now because it's easier to do. It's also there's a lot of competition out there for guys that are
true.
making their own
But also,
stuff.
but like when you did your thing, it really kind of that perfect time because they just started to colorize stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The talkies had just started.
And
People just
then
started
it wasn't
talking in
black
movies.
and white, and then it became color, which was cool for
Right.
you.
Full frontal nudity was just coming in.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, final question. If you could talk to a teenage kid in New Haven right now who's thinking about coming west, maybe getting on a reality show, all right, what do you say to this kid?
Oh man, it's I guess like my mentality, just in general, and like what I try to tell like anyone who, not that I'm super wise about this stuff, but like any friends who like ask me like how do I get into this or whatever. To me, it's all I always kind of have. I think like the mentality is so important, right? Because we're in like a rejection based industry.
Okay.
Like it's so you have to be able to like withstand a lot of ups and downs, and it's not like a linear sort of progress. It's very exponential, I feel like. So you might just toddle along for a while and up and down, and then eventually it might take off, is what I tell myself. And so for me, it's always like slow motion's better than no motion. As long as I'm doing something like once a week, once a month to like move the needle a little bit, even if it's just like going to acting class and getting better in that sense, like things will, as if you're taking the journey, even if it's slow, like you're going to get to the destination. So what I would tell to someone, whether it's Connecticut or out here who's like looking to get it more into it, just start doing something. Like if you want to start acting, like go to class, and you might be in class for a year, then you might have a couple skills. You can start submitting to shit, and it's like, or if you want to be on a reality show, just start applying for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jack, you said slow motion is better than no motion.
Exactly.
And that's the tagline for Paul's reality show, The Will, with the super milfs.
This is why we have a podcast.
Slow motion is better than no
in the
motion.
fantasy suite.
Yeah, and then you cut to black and you're screaming while the woman's having a good time. Jack, you've been a great sport.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on the Beat LA podcast. And when Chet Bond blows up, come back. High five.
It's been great. It's been
Good
great.
stuff.
Thank you guys
Good.
for having me.
Thanks, man.
Jack.
Thanks for coming on,
I
Jack.
can talk about this shit all day.
Yeah, brother.
Thanks for joining us, man.
All right, folks, we're back. Paul, I feel like we learned a lot about not only Jack Atkins, what a great guest, what a great conversation, just shooting the shit with a fucking guy.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's on his way. I love his attitude.
I love his attitude.
I
love
hope
his
our
energy.
cynicism didn't like infect him the way that we're hoping his youth infected us.
No, I think he walked away from here, and I'm going to check in with him in a couple days.
Yeah.
I think he's walking out of here going, I can do this.
Yeah, baby.
Because he's looking at us going, these fucking guys. If I'm going to end up with a podcast in fucking 15 years like these fucking jamooks.
Yeah, but also we made a living for a long time in Hollywood.
No.
You know, he can do that.
No, hey, like I said, the best part about this podcast is we get to talk to interesting people doing their thing, and he's an interesting person doing his thing.
Yeah.
Look up Jack Atkins. Give him a follow. He's a guy on his way.
Totally agree.
Folks, today's podcast is brought to you by Day Trip Beverages.
Had the hat on before, man. I'll put it back on.
Day Trip Beverages. It's a CBD infused soda. It's also got the prebiotics.
My favorite. The prebiotics, excellent.
Excellent.
Good for your gut health.
A lot of good flavors. We don't have any product here because, once again, Paul, I drank all of it.
I might have had some this weekend with a little tequila. I know we're not supposed to talk about it as an alcohol drink, but it's actually excellent little tequila.
Listen, we're not going to beat around the bush with some candid sort of one-line thing. I'm
you
going to
make
tell
a
you,
nice ranch water with it.
bro, Day Trip Beverages are delicious. They're healthy. They're good for you. And they're a great sponsor of this show, Day Trip Beverages.
Well done, Matt.
Yo, okay, so let's get into this wraparound here. I know everyone's, driving home and they're in commute traffic right now. Let's get right to it.
Actually, they're on the elliptical and they just died. They just had a heart attack, Matt, because they've been on the elliptical for like an hour and 10 minutes right at this point.
I know.
Yeah.
It's the Marathon Man movie with Sir Laurence Olivier.
Relief, discomfort. Now, which of these I next apply, that decision is in your hands. So, take your time.
Let's do our pet peeves here. I mean, I think everyone knows how we feel about the Dodgers. I think we talked a little bit about Jack on the social media. Can I tell you, can we just go to the Gavin Newsom thing? Can we start there?
God, Matt.
Okay. If you don't know, folks, Gavin Newsom came out with a quote, and this was during the World Series. And I'm going to pull it up here. Okay, so basically, Gavin Newsom, California Governor Gavin Newsom, he basically had a quote that said, as a lifelong San Francisco Giants fan, he prefaced it with that. He said, go Dodgers, because he was making a bet with like the governor or the mayor of Toronto.
Right.
What a fucking idiot. I have more respect for you. And I think Dodger fans would have had more respect for him if he's like, you know what? Fuck the Dodgers. Go Blue Jays. I'm not making a bet with you. But to put on a Giants hat and say, go Dodgers, just is a microcosm of the flip-floppiness of politicians in general.
It incensed me, Matt, and this is not a party issue.
No.
It's not a Republican versus Democrats. It is a politician issue.
Yes.
At a time where we just went through this shutdown, as I was saying to somebody today, the problem with politicians, they're actually all kind of the same. You could be on one side or the other, but all these people chose to go into politics. They didn't choose to be like a sports podcast or whatever. Anyway, it actually made me so angry.
Yeah.
It's like, do you really not stand for anything? You cannot stand. Nobody's gonna. People hold it against people who flip flop. What they want is the strength of their own convictions.
Yeah.
If you said, "Hey, look, I'm a lifelong Giants fan. I can't say go Dodgers. Sorry, I love LA. I'm not going to say go Padres. I'm not going to say go Ducks. I don't know what the fuck he stands for. Anyway, it made me so mad, Matt.
Yeah, I know.
And by the way, he really if you lean in, he was mayor. He wasn't just a lifelong Giants fan. He was the mayor of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you think Karen Bass is going to be like, go Giants next time they're in the World Series, if they're ever in the World Series?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm in full agreement with you.
Yeah.
It was a very bad look. In fact, I love what Gavin Newsom has been doing lately, trolling President Trump. But that was a bad look, and it's a classic pet peeve.
It's a classic pet peeve. I wonder if this will come back to haunt him when he runs for president. I doubt it.
I have a pet peeve.
Yes.
I have a pet peeve, real quick, and it's a real quick one. There was and this is a little bit of old news, but there's been a petition going around that's gotten thousands of signatures from a certain faction of folks that want to ban Bad Bunny from performing at the Super Bowl because they're probably of a certain political bent, and they also, there's the whole thing with the ICE and immigration, all this stuff. Here's my take really fast, is if you don't like Bad Bunny, don't change the channel for 20 fucking minutes, okay? For the fact that you want to do a petition and get signatures with the state of the world that we're in, with shutdowns and people losing their health insurance and all these fucking things, but you want to put that time and energy to get Bad Bunny
go watch the Puppy Bowl.
Is fucking absolutely ridiculous.
I agree.
That's all I have to say about that.
So I was listening to the Warrior game last night. We haven't talked about the Warriors. I don't think we should talk about
Let's
the
not
Warriors.
talk about the Warriors, but go.
But so I'm in my car and I have Sirius XM, and the only way you can get the feed if you listen to NBA radio, whatever stations, is you get the Oklahoma Thunder feed. So you get their announcers. The homerism in announcing is so bad now. Like every time the Warriors made a shot, it sounded like the Oklahoma City announcer was being given like an enema. Like he was like, oh, that's a lucky shot. And he's like, oh, where's the call on that? I'm like, dude, just announce the fucking game. Do I really need all of the editorializing?
Yeah.
It was fucking maddening.
No, I get it. I get that, man. It's tough these days. And, unfortunately, the godfather of homerism when it comes to NBA is our own Warriors announcer, Bob Fitzgerald.
Oh, he's terrible. That's why I'll listen to Tim Roy. Tim Roy's not that bad.
It's fucking bad. It's bad. And finally, Madison Bumgarner versus Yamamoto. It's not even a comparison. Bumgarner threw 52 innings, that World Series run. Yamamoto threw 37. So, get off my lawn. Nick, can you cut to the BLA news segment? A few headlines. We got to get you out of here. But Paul, quickly, some things that I was reading and I thought you might have a fun take on. Landon Donovan got a hair transplant. Have you seen this?
I have seen it. Yeah.
You know what? Live your best life, Landon.
Yeah, I'm totally in favor of it.
I mean, it's a whole bushel of hair.
It's wild, actually.
It's fucking wild.
He loves it, though. He loves it.
He loves it.
Yeah.
And I say, and do you, Landon, do you. Gabe Kapler promoted to the general manager of the Miami Marlins. If no other hire says the Marlins aren't serious about winning.
So he apparently already's done like 15 waiver claims in like a week.
Yeah.
He's far on. Like, although Vitello gives me a little bit of a Kapler vibe.
Yeah, but Vitello was on Bussin' with the Boys with Taylor Lewin. He's more of a fucking, kind of a barstool bro, whereas Gabe Kapler was more of a, Salt Bay type of fucking influencer motherfucker. So I'm okay with that. Bonds and Kent are on this new version of the Hall of Fame ballots. Do you think either one of them gets in? Kent, it's just based off the numbers. He was a dick. There's the steroids with Bonds. But do you think either of them get enough votes? No.
Unfortunately, Kent should get. They should. I mean, obviously, you know how I feel about the Bonds, Clemens, Bud Selig thing. Bud Selig's in. They should all be in.
Yeah.
But Kent should be in, and he didn't do steroids, and he's the best hitting second baseman maybe of all time, and he's not going to be in the Hall of Fame. It's crazy.
Logan Webb won a Gold Glove.
I saw that, and I saw that that Patrick Bailey also won a Gold Glove, and I also saw that Fernando Tatis Jr. won the Platinum Glove because it's voted on by the fans, which is really weird.
Platinum Glove.
Platinum. That's the best fielder in his league.
That's just like a platinum card at a fucking car wash.
Right. It's like Platinum Plus, like the strip club.
Yeah, exactly. All right, quickly, we don't have time. I'm just going to tell you the best things I saw, and I'm just going to recommend it to Paul.
Yeah.
I loved House of Dynamite.
Great.
People bitch about the ending. I like the ending. Okay.
Catherine Bigelow, who won Best Director and Best for Hurt Locker.
I was in from jump. If you like political thrillers, it's fucking great. I loved House of Dynamite. Season 3 of The Diplomat, I finished it.
Oh, wow.
Delicious.
Okay.
As you know, you're a fan of that show.
Yeah, Rufus Sewell's great.
Absolutely delicious. Watch The Diplomat. I saw Splitsville. Poop Town, USA.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a movie that came out. It's a romantic comedy with Dakota Johnson, who I'm a big fan of.
Okay.
Sneakers. I watched Sneakers with Robert Redford, Sidney Poitier, 1992 film. River Phoenix,
Yeah.
Mary McDonald,
Yeah.
Ben Kingsley. They shot that in San Francisco.
Directed by Phil Alden Robinson, who did Field of Dreams.
Exactly. But they shot that in San Francisco. Great San Francisco film. And there is a 2-second shot where I can see your place in Sneakers.
Crooked part of Lombard,
It's on
baby.
Peacock. Vote, folks. Check that out. Speaking of that, I saw Bullet for the first time last night with Steve McQueen. Great San Francisco film again. Absolutely great San Francisco film. Your place also shows up
Incredible.
in Bullet. Check that out.
Lombard Street Film Festival.
And finally, this is for you, Nick. If you guys want to stream something, it's a 4-episode miniseries on Netflix. It's called Death by Lightning. It's with Michael Shannon playing James A. Garfield, your boy Matthew McFadden, Tom Wamsgam playing the guy who shot Garfield.
I think it's so great that they made a movie about this. I can't wait to see it.
It's not my normal fare, but I hit play. It's fucking great.
I love historical dramas.
Yes, you
4
do.
episodes, exactly perfect for me. I don't need more than 4 episodes of anything.
Gotcha. Folks, thanks for listening to the Beat LA podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Paul, Cardinals this weekend. I'm going to come over to your house, whether you like it or not, to watch the game. And we'll be back. I think maybe top of December. We got a really tasty guest lined up.
We got two more
more?
eps before the end of the year, but top of December will be next.
All right, folks, as we always say on the Beat LA podcast, go out into the world and be your best self.
We do? That's amazing. Yeah.
I don't know. I just said that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do that.
Hey, it's not about motion. It's slow motion's better than no motion.
Beat LA.